Hello Orchid friends, welcome back to my channel. Wherever you are, I hope you're having a great day, staying healthy and staying safe. Today we're looking at my Phalaenopsis Blue Star. This is a cross between Equalacea and Jennifer Palermo. So both parents are actually a primary hybrid of Violacea. Specifically, Equalacea is Violacea Blue and Equestris, and then Jennifer Palermo is a cross between Tetraspis and Violacea Indigo. So essentially, you could say this orchid, Blue Star, is 50% Violacea plus 25% Equestris and 25% Tetraspis. So in a way, you kind of see three species in one orchid. But I think Equestris has the least influence on this orchid because I don't see the Equestris lip and I don't see Equestris multifloral capability, and the fragrance here is very Violacea-like. So I would say this is really mostly a Violacea hybrid. The color, by the way, if it's under my grow light, it tends to be a little more on the red side, like it has that purple with a hint of red. So it doesn't look as blue, but if you take it away from the grow light and just under a regular white light, then it gets quite purple, and that's what it shows. It shows through the camera. So I just kind of want to point that out in case you wonder if you're looking at completely two different plants. This orchid has always given me quite a few blooms during a bloom cycle, but it sequentially blooms, so it never really gives me so many flowers at a time. Instead, it will give me one flower, maybe two, and then it will kind of wait for a few weeks and then put out another buds to continue to grow. So it's blooming sequentially every single year. So anywhere from late spring throughout summer to early autumn, I can pretty much see this orchid in bloom. And this particular season, this orchid actually continued to bloom throughout autumn and early winter in my environment. So this orchid is pretty amazing. You know, we're looking at a good 6 months of bloom time, bloom window. Obviously, this orchid is not in bloom every single day because it does take time in between. The bud production takes time, but I would say 6 months blooming window is quite a long time. So this orchid's fragrance, like I said earlier, is very similar to Violacea's fragrance. So thankfully, because it has a little bit of Tetraspis, so it does smell a little more on the sweet side and less spicy or cinnamony. And so, because the name is Blue Star, I've actually had a subscriber asking me, do I consider this orchid blue? Well, to be honest with you, I kind of feel it's more on the red side, even though under certain light condition, it does look pretty blue. But I would say for the most part, because I grow this under a grow light, so when I look at it, for the most part, actually almost always, I feel I'm looking at a reddish purple flower. It's not as blue as the name may suggest, but I still really enjoy this orchid. It still looks amazing under certain light. Like for example here, under a white light, it does look pretty purple. And because we call it blue, we all know there is no true blue in orchids, so indigo is probably as close to blue as you would get, and because it does have 25% indigo, Violacea indigo in it, so I think that color does come out a little bit. And here is the last bud in development. I'm just hoping that this orchid's newer leaves will grow in a nicer way, because right now the entire orchid is kind of leaning already, and then the last couple leaves are kind of not growing very fully extended, so they're kind of like cramped together. So I'm hoping that newer leaves would do better. Otherwise, I may have to repot this orchid to reposition the orchid a little bit better, because right now watering is a challenge. And here is a video of this orchid's last bloom, if I am not mistaken. This orchid is in a double cup, 16-ounce container. I drilled drainage holes at the bottom. So it is a traditional setup with drainage holes at the bottom, and the media is a mixture of manto clay and hydrocorn. And as you can see here, very good news. This orchid is liking the container, the media, with pretty good looking growing green root tips. So that's really good sign. I use double cup because that way it allows me to easily soak this orchid if I want to, and it allows me easily to convert this back to semi-hydro by leaving some water at the bottom for a couple of days. I can easily do that. So double cup method is a very easy method that I prefer for the time being. This is a very good orchid, not fussy at all. Quarter cup of water with 25% strength fertilizer, and this orchid is just doing very, very well. This is all I have for you today. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you would like to get more orchid related videos from my channel, please subscribe and turn on the notification. I want to wish you happy growing, and I will talk to you in my next video. Ciao!